The Last of Us? More like the trash of us? What? What am I doing? Let's just get into this video. What's up guys, it's your boy Jason-4, and you know, that was a joke in the beginning, me talking about the trash of us. No, it's The Last of Us Part 2. Honestly, I'm really hyped to play that game because, you know, we get to see what happens to Ellie and Joel, and you know, I'm really hyped to see what really about to happen, and oh my gosh, I have never played The Last of Us, that's why it's the trash of us! So, basically, I see a lot of things being spoken about how the ending sucks, or if people in the game deserve better, and the infamous sex scene that they put in the game. And you know me out on this channel, I always talk about the lewd side of things, so we obviously gotta talk about that scene, but not in the way that, oh my gosh, that yeah, Ellie, get it in. Like, no, that's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to talk about of Sony doing this bull again. How are you still giving free reign to little games like The Last of Us or Cyberpunk, and then let them show actual nudity, but when it comes to an anime game, you don't let that happen. You just don't. And I don't know if it's some kind of Japanese law or whatever it is, because this thing is completely confusing, and I don't understand why Japanese games get this kind of treatment. To be honest, it's blatant racism. So, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, like, here's an example. When Shinra Kagura Burst Renewal came out, we was all hyped for it. Everyone was trying to see what this game was have to offer, and then they realized, hey, something is missing from this game, unlike the others. Where's the intimacy mode? Well, apparently they got ripped out the game for who knows. Even though the game already censored itself, and even though the game doesn't really show anything, so why does it censor itself so heavily? I don't know. But when you see stuff like The Last of Us, or GTA, or freaking Cyberpunk, whenever that game comes out, you all gonna be like, wait a minute, wait, so this game shows actual nudity, but when it comes to an anime game, it doesn't? What's going on? Honestly, you tell me. I don't know what the heck is going on with this thing, because when it comes to an anime game, it's fine. It's not looking realistic. If you want to show nudity in that, sure, I don't see why not. But when it comes to a realistic game that just has to be like this highly well-known game or whatever, that it's like people are like, oh wow, The Last of Us is like this really highly well-known game. Oh, Shinra Kagura? What's that? That's a cartoon. That's a kids game, bro. Nobody wants that. And that kind of gets me thinking, like, Sony, do you still think anime is like for kids or whatever? Like, don't get me wrong, there are shows for kids, but there is not that many anime that is aimed directly for kids. Like, you telling me that you will let this slide? Like, hey kids, today we're gonna go play Shinra Kagura. What's that? Don't worry about it. Hey, do you want to see what happens when a sword connects to Asuka's clothes? Let's see what happens. Wow, breasts are everywhere, kids. Like, no, that's not how it works. Obviously, Shinra Kagura is aimed at a higher audience that is way more experienced and way more knowledgeable than kids are. That's the same. That's equivalent to you saying that Persona 5 is aimed for kids. Hey kids, you want to see this high schooler girl jump off a roof and commit suicide? Let's watch that. Or be like, hey kids, You want to see this one girl fight this one loan shark dude and potentially not get the money all in order because he might end up making that girl a sex slave? Let's see what happens. Like, it is not for kids. It is not aimed at kids. That is aimed at teens. Like, and it barely managed to get the teen rating. So when people keep saying that anime stuff is aimed for kids, it's really not. Take YouTubers for example. We had to deal with this whole Kappa situation to make sure we don't fall in the category of, hey, this is kids content, when it's really not. You think this is kids content? I don't think it is. So when you really come, so I'm really thinking that Sony is having this old man sense of thinking when it comes to content that, hey, this is really just aimed for kids. This is nothing we have to actually worry about, when it actually is not aimed for kids. It is aimed for a specific audience of adults and young adults, not kids. So when you see stuff, and to be honest, only Sony would do this. Only Sony would try to pull some bull. Now I don't know much about Xbox, but at least Nintendo is giving developers a chance if they want to include stuff like this in their game. Sure, then they won't censor it, and they'll leave that to other people to censor that. But when it comes to Sony, they have to take it out, and it could be just a minor CG scene too from an anime, like from a little anime game. And it's not even showing anything, yet they censored the holy hell out of it for no reason. But when it comes to, I don't know, if GTA had a scene where Amanda and Michael started having sex in the car and they actually showed actual nudity, then everything will be okay with that because it's an American game or whatever. It should never work like that, and it should never be like that. To be honest, it actually disgusts me that Sony actually keeps doing this. And for a company that has made the PlayStation, honestly, it sucks that you gotta keep being racist to Japanese developers if they want to put that type of product out there. And again, another example like this is One Piece World Seeker, when that one bath scene where Nami, I think there was like steam, they added extra steam into the bath when it really wasn't that necessary. And so, you know, they're not giving equal rights to like developers when it comes to making their own games. So when it comes to Sony, like, they're just being racist to like Japanese developers not being able to show whatever they want to in their games. But when The Last of Us, Cyberpunk, or GTA want to show something, they can easily do that because it's an American game, or they have a AAA game that is well more valued than any Japanese game that could ever come out. So I don't really understand why this is a thing, and Sony is just horrible at times. But you know what's the sad part is? All these people that keep buying like The Last of Us and all this, especially with that scene included. You know what's really the sad part is? Sony didn't just add that because it was supposedly artistic or anything like that. It wasn't because of you that wanted to see the conclusion of how this all goes. It wasn't because of the LGBT community. No, it was basically marketing profits. That's all this ever was. Anytime a company tries to do something big, it's usually for a big money turnout. Even hell runs on money, so why not this? So, and what it really comes down to it is nothing more than just marketing tactics, and just to see what type of Western thing we could do to amp up the thing that what people like the most. And even if it makes people hate the game, we're still gonna get a big turnout because of a name. That's basically how PlayStation and Sony played you. And to be honest, if you want a little bit more of a more descriptive version of how I'm trying to speak this, then you should go watch Otaku Daikun's video on this. It's actually informative. But anyway, that's pretty much all I want to talk about today. If you like what I said, be sure to like, share, subscribe. Also hit the bell notification on your way out. And if you wanted me to do a video, at least some suggestions. And until then, this has been your boy Jay signing off. Have a blessed day.